presentation दाखवतो. Hello students, welcome to the session of e-learning. You know that in our last two lectures we have started with history of novel, that is the rise of novel and the factors which contributed to the rise of novel in the 18th century. That was the first part. In second part we have studied uh, Indian novelists as well as English novelists and their novels. Now, in this part 3, we are going to see the difference between novella and novel, and also elements of novel and novella. What is the difference between novel and novella? And also, we are going to see types of novel. Now, last year, in the 11th standard, we also had history of drama that we have studied. So there is a difference. We can also make a comparative study of drama and novel. Now, novella, you can see the spelling there, Novella. In the first part, we saw the term novel, or the word novel is derived from Italian word novella. You can see the spelling, Novella. Novella means new. This term novella has another meaning, that is short novel or short fiction. So we can call novella short novel or short fiction. The word novella is originated from the word novel. Now again you can see the spelling there, Novelle. So novella is originated from the word novel, that is Novelle. Novella is a prose fiction which is shorter than full length novel. So in novella, prose is used. In novel, prose is used. Okay? So novella is a prose fiction which is shorter than full length novel and is longer than a short story. That is the difference. It is also called a long short story or a short novel. For example, An Astrologer's Day by R.K. Narayan. That is the first lesson of your textbook. Novella is longer in size than a short story. It is not a short story. Novella is not a short story. It is longer in size than the short story. And novella is shorter than novel. That is the difference. So the difference between novella and novella is shorter and contains less complex plot than a novel. Novella is well structured short narrative. It can be satiric and realistic in tone. What is satire? Satire is a technique used by the writer to criticize or expose foolishness or corruption of an individual or society by using humor, irony, exaggeration, or ridicule. Then the word realistic means representing things in a way that is accurate and true to life. So, novel is satiric or it can be realistic in tone and it focuses on one incident or issue with one or two main characters and takes place in a single tradition. For example, an astrologer's day, no? That story starts at somewhere afternoon, 12 o'clock, and it ends by the midnight. So it can be an example, astrologer's day can be an example of a novella. The next, some famous novellas in English. You can see on your screen or slide. In that first is The Heart of Darkness, written by Joseph Conrad. Then second, The Turn of the Screw, written by Henry James. Billy Bird by Herman Melville. Death in Venus, written by Thomas Mann. Seize the Day, Saul Below, Pearl by John Steinbeck. Now, in this way, novella influenced the development of the short story as well as novel throughout the European continent. So, here we have seen the difference between novel and novella. Now, next, elements of novel or novella. So, in the last, in the 11th standard, we have studied elements of drama. You might be remembering that, no? That elements of drama, it has plot, characterization, dialogue, setting, stage directions, conflict, and theme. In the same way, novel also has, or novella also has six elements. In that, first is theme, plot, character, setting, conflict, language, style. So some of the elements are same in drama as well as novel, like plot, setting, characterization, and theme. Some elements are same in novel, novella, or in drama. So first element of novel is the theme. Means if you want to write a novel, it should have all these elements through which we can make the novel more attractive. So, in the first, the element is theme. It is the first element of novel. Theme is a central idea in the novel which can be expressed in a nutshell. So, theme, we can call it a central idea, means it can be expressed in a nutshell. Theme is an underlying message or an idea. It is a philosophical statement or truth put forth by the writer by narrating series of events in the story and the characters acting in a particular setting. That is the theme. The next is the plot. Plot is a story or the course of events. What is plot? Plot is nothing but a course of events that make up the theme. So they are interlinked. No? The events in the plot make up the theme. The actions which take place in the plot, they make up the theme. Plot is created by the conflict, either internal, that is inside mind, or external, other characters or entities. So plot is created by the conflict. Conflict means the fight or struggle in the character. It can be inside inner mind or it can be external or other characters. So plot may be simple or it may be complex. Complex means having many subplots. Then number four, character. Now, characterization is related to the plot because the course of events takes place because of certain behavior of the character. So there is a relation between characterization and plot because the events that takes place, actions that takes place um, because of certain behavior of the characters, and that builds up the plot. Then depiction of character may range from thumbnail sketch, or we can say thumbnail in short, to a deep, wordy, highly detailed verbal sketch. Then the main character may have been described in its every aspect by the writer. So the main character in the novel is described minutely. Means every detailed action of the main character is described in the novel or novel. The main characters are not given, sorry, the minor characters are not given much importance. Like the villains or the side heroes, they are not given much importance. The main character is called protagonist or hero, and the readers follow his actions. So here, the protagonist is in conflict with other characters called antagonist. Okay, so the main characters have been described in every aspect by the writer, means the hero is described in its every aspect, means minute details of the hero are described, and the minor characters, that is the villain or the side heroes, they are not given much importance. Then the main character is called the protagonist or the hero, and the reader follows his actions. So whenever we read any novel or watch any film, we see that the protagonist, we follow the protagonist or the hero. We observe the actions of that hero or protagonist. Protagonist is in conflict with other characters called antagonist or villain. So that we know in films also they show no there is a conflict or fight between the hero and the villain. Then fourth point is uh, setting. Setting also plays a very important role uh, in writing a novel or novella. It means the background in which the story takes place. So the story may take place in city or in village or town or any rural area. So setting plays important role for writing a novel or novella. Then it includes several aspects. There are many aspects regarding the setting, like time, place, climate, weather, lifestyle. So all these are important aspects when novel is written. Setting affects plot and character. Then next, after setting we have a conflict. Conflict means fight. Conflict is a struggle between opposite forces that we know. So it may be between a villain or a hero, or it may be in the inner mind of that character. So it can be internal, or there may be opposite forces, hero and a villain. Conflict provides curiosity and interest about the plot. So whenever there is conflict, it arouses curiosity. We feel like eager to know more, or we feel interest about that plot. Then last is the language and style. The language and the techniques used for narration of events by the author. So language is very important. Style or technique of writing a novel is very important for narration of events by the author, and that is known as style. So different styles are used by different authors. The author can use extensive vocabulary. Lot of words, lot of vocabulary can be used, or he can use high phrases, or he may be laconic. Laconic means use of minimum words, or he may write only to the point, or he may mix both as per the need of his to meet his purpose. So he may use linguistic devices, different devices related to language to make narration effective. So all these factors decide the texture of narration and create an impact on the readers. So all these elements, theme, plot, character, setting, conflict, language and style, they create a very good impact on the readers. The readers are attracted. Sometimes the novels are picturized or filmed. So these are the six essential elements to write a novel or novella. So up till now we have seen the difference between novel and novella. Then we have discussed the six elements essential. They are very important. Now, if you want to write a novel, you'll have to use all these uh, elements. Now, we are studying this not for scoring marks or examination. That is one part. But you should develop the habit of reading. So, all these novels are there in our library. You can go and read after this lockdown is over. So, these elements are very important when you want to write a novel, or you can read the novel and then find out what kind of plot is there, or what kind of theme is used, or what are the characters, which are the flat characters or round characters. So flat characters are the villains and round characters are the heroes. Then setting, conflict, language, styles. So all these are the elements for writing a novel or novella. The next theme. So now next we will have types of novel. Okay. So up till now we have seen difference between novel and novella. Then we have seen elements of novel or novella. Then we move on to next is the types of novel. You can see on your slide there are 11 types of novel. First is realistic novel. Second is picaresque novel. Third is historical novel. Fourth, epistolary novel. Next, Gothic novel. Next, autobiographical novel, allegorical novel, utopian or dystopian novel, psychological novel, stream of conscious novel, and Bildungsroman novel. So all these are the 11 types of novel. So in that first we'll see realistic novel. Now, realistic novel, it is the fiction that gives the effect of realism. It has realism in it. It is also called novel of manners. Then there are complex characters with mixed motives that are rooted in the social class. The characters in the realistic novel interact with other characters and undergo plausible and everyday experiences. Now, I am giving here additional information, so you pay attention If you want, you can write also. Realistic novel portrayed the world as it is. There is no fantasy, there is no supernatural element in realistic novel. That is why it is called realistic novel. It depicts the common man with all his daily activities, that is, joys and sorrows, and failures and success, and his problems, day to day problems, are reflected in a realistic novel. Then, second type of novel is the picarous novel. Now, the word picarous is originated from Spanish word. It is a Spanish word. It means picaro, means a rogue or a rascal. Picarous novel narrates the adventures of the protagonist who is an eccentric or disreputable person. Eccentric means a person having an unusual or strange or odd behavior, a person who behaves very odd, very obscure, or very strange, or very unusual type of person. That is called eccentric. And disreputable means disrespectful. So that is what the Picarus novel is. Then we move on to next third one, that is historical novel. Now it is a novel that is set in a period earlier than that of writing the novel, that is historical novel. Then we move on to the next is epistolary novel. Now in the last lecture I have told you what is epistolary. Epistolary derives from, it is a Latin word. It is derived from Latin word epistola. Epistola means letter, letter form. The writer presents the narrative through a series of correspondence or other documents. That means the novel is in the form of letters, or it may be diary entries. So, along with letters or diary entries are also popular in epistolary novels. Example, Pamela and Clarissa. These are epistolary novels. The next fifth one is Gothic novels. Gothic includes terror, mystery, horror, thriller, supernatural, doom, death, ghost in old buildings, haunted buildings. All these are the themes which are there in the Gothic novels. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is the best example. Then sixth one, autobiographical novel. It is based on the life of the author. However, the author changes the places and names of characters, and or he may change the details, certain details of life. Example of autobiographical novel is David Copperfield and Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens has written autobiographical essays. The names are David Copperfield and Great Expectations. Then To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf is also an autobiographical novel. The next seventh type of novel is allegorical novel. Now it is a story that bears more than one level of meaning. Means the superficial meaning is different from the symbolic meaning. The symbolical meaning may be political, religious, historical, or philosophical. So surface meaning is different and symbolic meaning is different in allegorical novels. Now you can take example of John Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress is the best example of allegorical novel. Then eighth one, utopian or dystopian novel. Utopian is an imaginary
community possessing ideal qualities. Utopia is an imaginary community. It is imaginary community, or we can say society possessing the ideal qualities. It is a common literary theme, especially in science fiction or speculative fiction. Then Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe is an example of utopian novel. Then ninth type of novel is the psychological novel. It is a novel that treats the inner life of the protagonist, means it is related to psychology. The inner life or the inner thoughts of the protagonist or the hero is depicted, or even the other characters, as much as the external factors. It focuses intensively on the inner life of the character, representing their thoughts, feelings, memories, desires, etc. Now, Samuel Richardson's Pamela and Lawrence Stern's Tristram Shandy are the best examples of psychological novel. Then the 10th type, stream of consciousness. Now, the stream of consciousness novel, this phrase, stream of consciousness, is coined by William James in his treatise. Treatise means theory, that is Principles of Psychology, in the year 1890. It means the flow of thoughts of the waking mind. The novelist narrates the incidents in the plot as they come in the mind of the character. Virginia Woolf, you know, is the pioneer of the stream of consciousness technique. Then it also means the flow of thought. Then we have next is the Bildungsroman novel. The German word Bildungsroman indicates growth. It is the meaning. The meaning of Bildungsroman is growth. The fictional biography or autobiography is concerned with the growth of the protagonist, mind, spirit, and characters from their childhood to adulthood. So it is the growth of a protagonist mind, the hero's mind, from childhood to adulthood. It is fictional biography, or we can call it autobiography. For example, Charles Dickens' Great Expectation and Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre are the examples of Bildungsroman novel. Then we will see what is pulp fiction, science fiction, and detective fiction. Now, pulp fiction became famous in the 20th century. Pulp magazines were printed on cheap pulp paper. You know that paper is made from pulp, but that was cheap. Cheap means not costly. For entertainment of the masses or the people. So pulp magazines were printed in order to for reading of the common people or common men. Pulp fiction provided building ground for detective novels and science fiction. So, with the help of this cheap pulp paper, detective novels were written, or they gave a building ground for detective novels as well as science fiction. Now, science fiction means it is a genre, it is a style of speculative fiction dealing with imaginative concepts like futuristic setting, futuristic science, and technology, space travel, time travel, parallel universe, and extraterrestrial life. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is the first novel based on science and technology. Then next we have detective fiction. Now it is a subgenre of crime fiction. You know, detective means related to crime, or we can say mystery fiction, in which an investigator or a detective, either professional or amateur, investigates, tries to find out a crime, often murder. So, all these are the 11 different types of novels which we have studied. Then I would like to add a few more points. Qualities of a novel may get mixed. We may find features of psychological novel in realistic novel, or features of stream of consciousness or picaresque novel in autobiographical novel. So they may be mixed, features may be mixed. Like Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe is a psychological novel as well as allegorical novel. Samuel Richardson's Pamela is epistolary novel as well as psychological novel. Virginia Woolf's To the Lighthouse is an example of stream of consciousness and also autobiographical novel. This is how we come to an end of this session, that is history of novel. So you can read those novels in detail, because you are expected to write on the theme, plot, setting, characterization. So you need a detailed uh, reading of these novels. Thank you very much for listening.